And welcome back, everybody. This is your boy Korrupt10n here with.
Hello, ladies.
I got a chance, Mr.
Doomwaves. Chance. Doomwaves.
He's decided to seductively seduce everybody into the microphone today, so we'll see how this works.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done?
I'm done with this seductive microphone thing.
Seduction over.
Is this a knife stone?
Yeah, it's a whetstone.
It's amazing. You have the coolest things on your coffee table.
And, X-Acto knife, like combat knife, rubbing alcohol, freaking. Coffee table's a mess. I need to clean one of these days.
And a cute little lantern.
Hey, with as much as the power goes out around here.
No kidding.
Good God. I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
I'm surprised, I know you have, and we've talked about it before, a huge horror... Well, I guess I do have one. A power outage horror story. I might have even talked about it on that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Where I was playing my PlayStation 3 and power went out, and I lost my save file to everything. That sucks so bad.
Yeah, my biggest was just Final Fantasy VII. That was luckily the only thing that it affected that day. Granted, I did have a Silent Hill 2 save data issue once. I don't even remember what caused that. It was just stupid. I saved and turned the system off after I exited out of the game.
Oh.
And nope, it said, corrupted data, and I lost all that Silent Hill 2 data. And
No dice.
God, I miss Silent Hill 2. Did you get to play that yet?
No.
No. All right.
No.
Yeah.
I have so many games, and I know it's my fault. I'm the one that buys them, but it's just like... It's so hard. I know, first world problems. It's so hard to, prioritize, what I want to play. It's impossible. Especially, right now with, the current kick that I'm on. It's like, man, I have so many other things to play, but this is all that I want to play.
Whatever do you mean?
Man. I've put probably not as many as I think. Probably close to 70 hours into a couple of Pokemon games in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Since the week of Halloween. So it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Something
Right.
like that. Probably about 70 hours ish. I can't even say conclusively how many hours it's been. A lot.
I just love how within the last week you've accumulated so many other games back.
Well, and it's directly because it was my birthday, so I had gifts and I had gift money, and it's and that's what I wanted.
Mm.
It was a very focused kind of, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to go in, get all the games, and get out.
Yeah.
So, and a couple of them, like X that you gave me, and which I love, so thank you. And I just pre-ordered Omega Ruby today, and White version. Those are all brand new to me. I will, completely new experiences. But Red and Blue is my jam.
Now, did you get White 1 or 2?
White 1. Okay, I actually had to research this myself a little bit too. I think that's the laptop that made that sound. I actually had to research this myself a little bit too, because it's what is the difference between White 1 and White 2? Because there wasn't a big gap of time between them, and I just wasn't sure if White 1 or White 2 and Black 2 were the yellow or crystal or platinum version of Black and White. And in some ways they are, but they're also new. It takes place a couple years later in the same area, same region, but in a new, same region, but new area in that region that wasn't there before. like a town or
Right.
a section that wasn't there before, and you play a new character, but it's not so far in the future, that that they pretend like that the other game didn't happen. It might even be like the same villain type character. I don't know. I didn't go into a lot of research because like I didn't want to kind of ruin it. Even though no one really plays Pokemon games for the story, I get it, but at the same time, it's like some stuff it's better to just experience it than kind of read up on it. So now I'm coming to a crossroads with this. This is kind of spilling into games we're playing. Uh, it's kind of spilling into or I'm coming to a crossroads where do I go next? Like after I beat Heart Gold completely or as completely as I want to, because we was just discussing earlier how much content is really in this game, and there is quite a bit.
That's insane.
And it's all fan service, it's and that's the way it should be. For the unfamiliar, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are just reimaginings of the original Heart or original Gold and Silver. They don't ruin anything from the original games. They're still very true to the original games. You know, down to the T. A lot of things are a lot the same, but they add so much stuff, so much so that like when you beat the Elite Four for the first time and go into the Kanto region, um, Professor Oak gives you the National Pokedex, and within it, is every single Pokemon um, from the beginning, Red and Blue, all the way through Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Like tons and tons and tons of Pokemon. Because this game came out before Black and White and X and Y, so predates all of those. But pretty much like all of the flagship legendary Pokemon become available to you, including the 3 legendary birds from Red and Blue, and the legendary beasts, and Ho-Oh and Lugia from Gold and Silver, and Kyogre and Groudon and Rayquaza from Ruby and Sapphire, and Palkia, Dialga, and Giratina from Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Like so much content, and even like the starters, like you can choose from a Red Blue starter and a Ruby Sapphire starter. Like you get so many, and for like the obsessive, of course, they have both Soul Silver and Heart Gold, and they trade Pokemon back and forth and get all 3 starters from all 3 of the first 3 generations or 4 generations, whatever. Like there's so much opportunity for OCD people like to just go absolutely apeshit with Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So they're very cool, but I don't think I'm going to those great lengths. Like I think that once I beat the Elite Four the second time, and I beat Red or Ash for fans of the anime, I think I'll be done after that. I think I'll be satisfied after that. I'm not going to try to go for all those extra legendaries because it's just not necessary.
I mean, you don't want like the box like what I've got going in my game?
Yours is nuts. Nuts. Your platinum box is nuts.
I'm telling you, I spent a lot of time in that damn game, and then I went and I did buy Heart Gold when it came out. And I, tore the cellophane off and I popped it in the thing. I made a character, and I'm done. I put it down. I haven't played Heart Gold at all.
Well, I'm playing yours.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but I'm playing your version.
Yeah.
I did restart it, but it like you said, you hadn't done very much.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you even had a badge yet.
I don't even know if I had a Pokemon yet.
you did, but it wasn't. It was just a couple hours played. Yeah. Like it really wasn't much. And do you have any of the others, or is it just?
I've got Platinum and Diamond.
That's right, Diamond. I forgot.
And I had Yellow somewhere, but I don't know whatever happened to it. Otherwise, no, I didn't really keep up with too many of mine. Because I kind of got rid of mine I kind of regret Yellow losing it because I actually enjoyed Yellow a lot. But after the Red, Blue, and Yellow era, I fell off the map on Pokemon for a long time.
Red, Blue, Yellow was definitely huge, huge.
Uh,
But ultimately, for me, like Gold and Silver were, especially Gold, because I had bought both of them. It was like so funny. I remember it was my birthday that year that they came out, like pretty close to my birthday time, and I bought them. And I had let someone borrow Silver because I started Gold, and I never saw it again. I let them borrow it, and then it was just gone. Um, and but I loved it. Like it was, and it's still, especially like after revisiting Heart Gold, even though like Platinum is a fantastic game. There's just so much, even in just like the standard Gold version. There's just so much nostalgia there, so much, and it is just tugs at my heartstrings just because it's like I remember playing that game so much, and I only ever beat Gold version, like beat the Elite Four twice and Red one time. Whereas like Red and Blue I'd beaten dozens of times.
right.
I would just beat it and start over. And I was dumb too because I would just start over, but I would pick the same starter every single time. Every time. Bulbasaur. Every time.
Yeah.
This was the first time, this last playthrough of Red, this was the first time I'd ever beaten the game with someone other than Bulbasaur.
Huh.
I played through with Charmander, and
Yeah, I always started with Charmander.
and I don't know if we talked about this on. I don't think we talked about this on our little thing here.
No.
There is a method or an almost like a difficulty setting in the original Red and Blue. It's not spoken. It's not spoken. But if you know anything about the game, it makes perfect sense. Okay, it really pivots on the first two gyms. Okay, think to yourself the first two gyms of the game. We've got a rock type as the first gym, and we have a water type as the second gym. Okay, Bulbasaur, easy mode. Bulbasaur is strong. He's a grass type, and he's strong against rock and water. Okay? Squirtle is medium. Strong against water, or excuse me, strong against rock, equal to water. So, medium difficulty. Charmander, fire type. Bad against rock, bad against water. Hard mode.
Yep.
Charmander is hard mode. If you started a game with Charmander, you had to catch more Pokemon. You had to. You didn't have a choice. You had to catch something else. And preferably a Pikachu in the Viridian Forest. Like, if you could get a Pikachu, you could probably manage, if with a strong enough Charmander, to get through Brock's gym, the rock gym. Probably. Because fire is not so bad against rock, not as bad as it is against water. You could power through and beat Brock.
Yeah.
But without something like a Pikachu, you're going to have a hell of a time with Misty.
Yeah.
A hell of a time. So, yeah, it took a lot of grinding. And I didn't even notice the grind so much this time. And is that weird? Like, I can remember playing back in the day with Bulbasaur and grinding and thinking it was taking forever to gain levels.
Right.
But I did it with with Charmander, and it just didn't seem that long. I didn't have to grind near as much. Maybe just because I played a lot more RPGs since then, and a lot more video games, and I'm just better at them, better at strategy and things like that. Maybe.
Understanding move types and everything now better. Yeah.
Well, and it was weird this time too because I really noticed myself. I had a very well balanced party for most of the game. Like nobody was like several levels stronger than the next Pokemon. Like everybody was about the same, like within 2 or 3 levels of each other. And because of that, like the big battles, the big true test battles came with like your rival who has a whole bunch of different types of Pokemon, and I had a Pokemon for every single one of his,
Yeah.
like an opposite one, so I could just destroy that guy, and it was crazy. It was weird, and that had never happened before. So yeah, needless to say, I've put a ton of time into Pokemon in my life, and especially like the last 2 or 3 weeks. I played some other things too. I finished Binary Domain. I finished that. It was fantastic, and I played a little bit of Insect Armageddon, Earth Defense Force, 20. No, 20. Insect Armageddon. That's all this one's called. Earth Defense Force and Insect Armageddon. Played a little bit of that. It's good. It's definitely going to be a better co-op than it is single player.
I'm waiting.
It's going to be fun. I should have brought it over tonight. I didn't even think about it.
What the hell?
Actually, maybe I'm afraid to put it in your PlayStation.
Yeah, I can't blame you there.
Maybe it's just better played at my house.
Yeah. I mean, that poor PlayStation.
I should have got it on Xbox. What should have happened?
Dude, this thing's possessed. I'm telling you, the PS3 here. Not only did it eat a game at one point in its lifespan, but now about every morning at about
game.
Yeah,
The game.
The game. Every morning at like 5 a.m. while I'm sitting here, it powers on for like a minute and then just powers off. I'm like, what the fuck do you want?
Auto updates. That's what that is.
You
got a setting in there, auto update at 5 a.m. Because mine's at like 9.
Oh no,
while I'm gone, like when I shouldn't need to be on it, like it just like powers up and auto updates. And
I was just sitting here thinking
down.
maybe I should get an exorcist in here before this thing starts, like spinning around and throwing out CD pieces at my ass.
It auto updates and like downloads like patches, and it downloads like it syncs your trophy information, and it like puts your game saves in the cloud if you have PS Plus, which is nice.
Yeah.
So like if mine decides to take a shit again because the power goes out, my saves are in the cloud.
All right.
So that's nice. That to me, it's like even if I didn't benefit from the awesome free PlayStation Plus games, cloud game save is like awesome. I would be willing to pay for that, I think. But anyway, nice. That's about it. That's about it for like what I've been playing, other than the game we're going to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In a little bit.
Hell, the only thing I think I've really been doing other than that game. That game.
What else would we be talking about?
But I'd purchased Mortal Kombat on Steam.
Oh yeah.
For like
show me that
$4 or $5, I think.
That reminds me of sale. I'm gonna buy another game on Steam when I get home. Go ahead.
There was also a flash sale at like 5 a.m. the other day on Good Old Games.
Oh yeah.
Blaze Blue, which is the first. It's not the continuing shift. It's the hell's that first one. I think it's the one that you were trying to get, but
yeah, I can never remember the names because the names are so stupid.
Continuum shift is not it. It's like shit.
Oh my god. That's gonna. I'm gonna. What is it called?
Calamity Trigger.
That's it. I kept wanting to say Chrono Phantasm, but that's like the third one.
Yeah, Calamity Trigger. I bought.
God.
And it was like $3.
Nice.
So I bought Calamity Trigger. Now my only issue is I think it's got something wrong with Windows. What is it, 7 now? No, this is 8. Whichever shitty ass Windows the new one is.
8.
Yeah, 8. Okay. I think there's an issue. I got to probably go try and set my whatever the hell that setting is to where it kind of rolls back and tricks it into thinking it's 7 or earlier.
Microsoft is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. Because it's doing the same thing that Five Nights at Freddy's did to me. Because I was trying to do that for a Halloween special, but once I boot up the game, it like goes full screen, tells me, looks like it's gonna start loading up, and then it just crashes back to desktop.
I love you, Microsoft. I love you so much. Thank you for giving me Xbox 360 and an Xbox One day. But when it comes to Windows, you're effing stupid. Windows 7 is a perfect thing. is a for me as just your bare bones average ass user.
Mm.
Windows 7 is everything that I wanted. None
Yep.
of this Vista shit. None of this Windows 8 shit.
Yeah, 8 especially, I freaking hate.
Man, I want a new rig so badly, but I do not want Windows 8.
I think in my time, I've enjoyed 95, XP, and 7. And those have been like...
XP was good, and 7 was the logical step from XP.
Right.
Vista was not.
I don't even want to think about Vista.
Vista was a skid mark on the Microsoft legacy.
I remember having to take classes, and then one of our things was to, boot up an operating system onto a new hard drive. And Vista was that operating system. I seen that goddamn Vista screen for like 6 hours one day because this hard drive would not hold the fucking operating system. You powered it down and it just wiped everything. And then my teacher comes around and is like, "Oh yeah, that hard drive's bad." Fucking thanks, man. Now you tell me.
God.
I was so mad. I never wanted to see Vista again after that.
No, I don't claim to know like anything about computers, but I've seen Vista being used and it is such a turd. And Windows 8 is not, from my experience with Windows 8, because Whitney has a Windows 8 on her machine, it's not like a total turd. It just implements a lot of things that no one wants.
Right.
Like it works okay, like from what I've seen, but no one wants this like HUD, like
touch
start
screen
menu.
bullshit.
Yeah, no one wants that. No one thought to themselves, I wish that my desktop computer worked like a fucking tablet.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Unless you got one of them fancy touchscreen, monitors.
And Whitney does. Whitney has, her laptop is one of them that like you can open it up like a laptop, but then it like folds over on itself and use a tablet.
Yeah.
And for that, it's fine. But like when she's using the keyboard and stuff, she doesn't use the touchscreen shit. Treat it like a laptop if it's like in that mode. And then when you flip it over and it turns the keyboard off, then it's okay to use the tablet shit.
Right.
Man, it's just annoying.
I tell you.
Microsoft thinking that they know what people want. And it's like, dude, you guys obviously have no clue. But anyway.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat, Calamity Trigger.
Sorry.
And now that I'm thinking, how could I forget? I played Lords of the Fallen, but recently beat that like a day or two after Steven.
I forget how long it's been since we've talked on the internet.
Yeah.
So I forget like the things we've done since the last time we did this. It's like, wait a minute, you've already told me about Lords of the Fallen, but wait,
yeah,
never mind.
Not on an episode.
We haven't talked about it on the internets yet.
And this is kind of one of our bad because we've actually had the opportunity like twice now.
Oh yeah, we've been together like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. And we've even had the recording equipment ready.
Yeah.
We just got sidetracked so hard. We were so tired that we just didn't give a damn.
Oh yeah. That was the day we were playing and I was like falling asleep.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, he's passing out over there and I'm sitting there on his game.
Is that just a week ago today? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just last Friday. Yeah. That was.
Oh, it was hilarious. But yeah, we had the recording equipment and everything. Couldn't do it.
Nope.
So now, other than Lords of the Fallen, finished that like a day or so after Steven finished his version, and I still haven't even got a video up on the damn thing.
I haven't done a video up on our domain yet either. I beat that like Halloween day was the day I beat it. I haven't even.
So those really are the only games I've really been playing. I mean, I popped in Shadows of Mordor and kind of dick around a little bit, but I don't play it seriously.
Except for
Call
of
Duty
Advanced
Warfare.
Yeah! I've been an advocate for this game since the first trailer came out.
Yeah.
The first trailer, I said, this game is gonna be the shit. And no one believed me.
No.
Not a soul.
No, not after Ghosts.
Yourself included.
Yeah, I know.
Naysayer, negative Nancy.
Yep. I did not trust this game.
And then what happened last Friday?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
I fucking played that game.
I bought that game.
You bought the game. I played that game.
We played that game, and you came home and did what?
I bought that motherfucker online.
That game.
Online, downloaded it that night, and was playing it by the next day. because that was some fun fucking multiplayer.
It is so much fun, and it is such a breath of fresh air. Even though I liked Ghosts,
Mhm.
I did. I think it has a lot of merits that other people just kind of look past because of reasons XYZ, and that's fine. Not every game has to be a hit. I'm aware of this, and I certainly wouldn't choose Ghosts over this one. But man, oh man, this game has got some good things going.
Oh, does it ever? And I'm really enjoying it, and I've liked most of the guns, but I felt like there was like hardly any guns compared to like the previous games. There,
Sorry, big yawn.
yeah, we're recording this later than we normally would too. So,
It's like 11 o'clock at night.
yeah,
Which is early for you, but it's like bedtime for me.
yeah. Usually it's about when we try to wrap it up.
Yeah. Oh well.
But
Sorry, I interrupted again.
I don't feel like there was really as many guns as there were in.
Yeah, and like I think it was Black Ops 2 that was it Black Ops 2 that, like, to me it just felt like there was too much. Like too much stuff to unlock. And maybe it's because you had to use those like points, like the coins or whatever, and it's just like I just thought it was annoying. Like,
well, that pissed me off because no matter what, you couldn't get enough coins to unlock everything until you max prestige.
Yeah.
And I've always been prestiging is the fucking stupidest thing I've ever seen.
What's the point? What is the point in prestiging?
At first I understood the concept and I enjoyed it. I mean, I liked the idea of it. Was you're max leveled. You want that challenge again. Reset the stats. Build your way back up. Because people like that RPG system of unlocking shit all the time. I mean, I don't know. It's like a slot machine type mentality of Skinner box. Whatever. I mean, that's cool. I kind of enjoyed it too. So every now and then I get bored and I fucking wipe something. You restart Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
But then they implemented it into where, oh, you prestige, you get this emblem here, and this proves that you've done more. Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, get to max prestige.
Yeah. If prestiging, if all it meant was to restart, I would be totally fine with it.
Right.
But it's taken on something completely different than that.
It's just
over
the
years.
Fucking EPing of.
It's a status thing.
I've done this, I've done that. Okay, well, good for fucking you. Learn to play now.
Yeah, really. It's a status thing, and I don't agree with it either. But honestly, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit because I'm never gonna make it to that level.
See, I've finally broken down a few times and prestiged in like Black Ops 2. I finally prestiged a few times with my friends from Manhattan.
But the reason that you do it is for that challenge. Yeah. It's not because you want to get to the top.
Yeah.
Or get to the end of the game.
And one time I was drunk, so I just kind of said to hell with it.
Well, I mean, I can understand once you get to max level, there's nothing else happens anymore. You're just playing, replaying over and over and over again for no real gain.
And then, like I said, in Black Ops 2, you didn't get enough points to even unlock on the first go around.
Right.
There were some guns I wanted to try out, so I had to go again and then buy those guns and forfeit something else. And it was just a pain in the ass overall. I mean, I prefer it if they had like an endless prestige cycle going on. You didn't get no fucking fancy emblem update. It was just, you're level 5.
Yeah.
Get in there with the other level 5s. We don't give a shit. Well, I did like Black Ops 2's, what was the system of where you accumulate whatever your score was. You kind of stayed in the lobbies with those people that usually commanded that kind of score.
Yeah.
The matchmaking on
kept it a little bit more fair.
I like the matchmaking on it, but the networking on the game and the lag was just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
So
I never did get real hard into Black Ops 2 multiplayer. I played quite a bit when it first came out, but I fell off of it pretty quickly. Like, it just...
Yeah.
I felt like Black Ops 2, people got too good too fast, and maybe it was just like the brokenness of kind of like the kill streaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was just dying so much more. Like, and I know I'm not very good at it, I know that, but it's just like I could hold my own much better in other games, so I knew that there was something slightly different, like with Black Ops 2. So, and I know some people really dig it, and that's cool, but I don't know.
Yeah, that whole kill streak mentality of,
I just didn't like it as much.
Get the overpowering shit was... I've never really been a big fan of those. That's why I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 as much as I did, because, when it brought in specialist and, support, and you had, like, all these counters to kill streak,
yeah,
it really balanced it out a lot. That pissed off a lot of the KD whores, so
Yeah.
they obviously didn't like that game.
But back to Advanced Warfare.
Yes.
Let's talk about the game in hand.
Oh shit.
Let's talk. I can't remember. Fuck, I can't remember. I just thought of something I wanted to talk about. Oh, one thing initially that really kind of irks me so bad, and I don't know like the full extent of this, but the ultimate question at the end of the day is like for people that are fans of this sub game of Call of Duty is okay, last version was Ghosts, was made by Infinity Ward or whoever. This is not the Treyarch game, but Sledgehammer. There was some speculation maybe in there. Well, did Treyarch get bought by Sledgehammer? What why is there 3 companies now making them a three rotation, or where's the Treyarch game? And the only reason people care about the Treyarch games is zombies. Where is zombies? Question is, where is it at? The answer, you have to pay for it. You have to buy the season pass. You have to spend $50 extra on top of the $60 you spent on the game in order to unlock zombies. Now, I don't know if there is a way to buy just it individually, independent of the season pass. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can go online to the online store and just buy the zombies part. I don't know. But in my opinion, this is bullshit. I don't like that. I don't like this pay-to-play shit. I paid $60 for the game. And granted, I did not buy it because of zombies. I didn't buy it because I wanted to play zombies. I didn't. I wanted to play Advanced Warfare, and that's what I'm doing. So at the end of the day, I'm still totally cool with my purchase, and I fucking love it. It's a great-ass game. But this other, like, this season pass thing that has become, this DLC thing that's become so prominent in other games, it irks me. It really, really irks me.
Yeah, I don't really trust them to begin with just because of the fact that, it's $50 for DLC that may not even come about.
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I don't trust
Call of Duty, so it probably will.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's other games with season passes where you gotta wonder.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm kind of leery on Destiny. I mean, the new DLC is supposed to come out soon because somehow they already had DLC pretty much ready. That's a whole different subject there.
We talked about that a little bit already.
But it's just like, new IPs and DLC. It's like, I don't know. Especially when you put that much money into it, it might not be the most profitable.
Well, that means you're going to spend, like, if you bought the season pass and the game, you spent $110 on the standard edition of the game and season pass.
Mm-hmm.
Which you don't even have access to yet.
Yeah. I'm good with DLC. I mean, I'll buy DLC here and there, but it's season pass of, we might sell you 5 or 6 DLCs down the road.
I'm not going to buy the season pass. I'm firmly saying that. I'm not going to buy it. But if there is a zombies thing individually, I could see myself at some point, not right now, but at some point buying it because I want to play it. Because I do enjoy that. I don't know what your stance is on the zombies thing.
Well, the previous game, zombies got really fucking old.
I'm with you.
And I couldn't stand it. But now, the Advanced Warfare zombies and exoskeleton movement and shit, and I'm like, I might give that a shot.
I'm with you because, like, Black Ops 2, I didn't love it.
No.
I liked the farm, which was one of the 3 initial maps that came with the game. I liked it, but only because it felt like the original to me. Whereas like the other ones, like the transit with the bus and stuff, it's like I didn't like it. It was too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
I don't know. I played World at Wars and I had like all the DLC for it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that. That one was fun because that was new at the time.
Yeah. Dude, the first map on World at War, the original, is still the most fun. I don't care what anyone says. Like, that is, to me personally, that is the most fun.
And then I think Black Ops had one, didn't it? The first Black Ops. Yeah, it
Black
had
Ops.
it.
And the first map on it was good, too.
I played it, and by that time I was like, that's nice and all, but this everybody's ragging on the multiplayer being the same. This
Really the
the
same.
same.
Really the same.
And then when they started actually just redoing maps, I'm like, okay, calm yourself. No.
Calm your tits.
Black Ops 2 can't. I'm just like, no. I played zombies like 3 times on that.
Yeah.
And didn't give a fuck.
See, I played on the farm quite a bit because I liked it, because it was like fairly similar to the original. Like it didn't have a lot of the like extra gimmicks that like a lot of the other maps did. You didn't have to go turn the power on.
Right.
You didn't have to go collect a bunch of crap to turn the power on to do whatever. And
Right.
that's the parts that I didn't like. But I did like just this simple, buy guns, survive lots of rounds.
Yeah.
Shoot lots of zombies. That was fun.
Yeah.
I liked those type of games. I like arena type shooters, like where that's what you're doing, like Serious Sam.
Right.
You're just shooting things and trying to survive. I like that.
Yep.
And I think that's ultimately why I like Nazi zombies too. Yes, I said Nazi zombies because that's what it was in the beginning.
They were Nazis and they were zombies.
Yeah. Granted, I know it graduated from that. When we weren't playing World War II games, and they were still zombies. But that's neither here nor there. All right, now we can go back to Advanced Warfare. I just wanted to talk about that because it really bugged me, and it still bugs me. But
I was kind of figuring. I was kind of figuring they were gonna probably try to shoehorn that in.
Well,
probably 3 DLC because I'm already looking at. Look at all the shit that they're gonna get DLC on now. You're gonna download customization packs. You're also gonna get like individual oh, you want this new cool ass T-shirt with like a weed leaf on it? Yeah, go for it. Yeah. They're gonna go for that kind of shit.
And especially with Call of Duty and zombies, it's a 1-2 punch. They know they're getting the vast majority of the consumers that play the games. They're getting their money. They're getting that extra $50 for digital content.
Because when I first
something that cost them $0.
Yeah.
To sell. Granted, yes, work went into it that they need to pay for. I get that. But it's not like a physical disc, a physical thing that they had to produce and ship to stores.
Right.
And to pay for. They don't have to pay for that. You're paying for air.
Yeah. That's kind of what kind of irked me with
air and electronic digital code.
My last 3 purchases on my PlayStation 4 have all been DLC or downloadable games. I bought Modern Warfare Advanced Warfare. Sorry, I wish Modern Warfare.
Okay, let's just admit it. It's pretty much Modern Warfare 4. I mean that's kind of what it is.
But I bought Advanced Warfare, Lords of the Fallen and Destiny, all brand new, commanded that $65 price.
Yeah.
And I've seen Steven. He said that he bought the physical and he got a soundtrack and all this shit with it. I got the fucking game. That's it, and I paid the same amount. What the fuck is going on here?
I don't like that. I am not so against digital content, like digital games and things, but there is no reason that they should cost the same amount.
No.
And I'm not saying that so they up the price of the physical games.
Oh, no.
I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm saying that even if it's just $10 difference, make it $50 if you buy it the digital and $60 if you bought it in the store.
Right.
That would make sense. You're paying $10 for the extra piece of plastic. I get it. They had to ship that to the store. The store had to stock it on the shelf, and you get a physical copy. You get to have it in your collection. That's worth $10 extra to me.
Yep. They're factoring, the production of the jewel case, the physical CD itself, the artwork, the paper, the manuals, whatever's coming with that shit. All that. Yeah, that adds money.
There ain't no manuals. What are you talking about?
Well, the little thing that says, do not put in direct sunlight, don't shove up your ass, shit like that.
In there anymore. And they put those directions on the back of the cover art now and make the case clear.
Oh, yeah.
What are you talking about? You're living in the past, man.
You
need to move on. You're buying too many digital games. You don't know what a real physical game looks like.
I know. That's my problems becoming here.
Totally kidding.
Between Steam and, PlayStation Network, I'm getting kind of spoiled on not leaving my fucking house.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. It's and maybe that's why they can justify And the same price tag. You're paying for convenience.
Yeah.
Like, well, suck my chode, man. That's the worst cop-out answer I've ever heard. Paying for convenience.
Same fucking excuse they give me at the convenience store.
No kidding. What, does Pepsi cost $3? Are you kidding me? I could go to the grocery store and pay for $1. You're paying for convenience.
Well, convenience, yeah, because I'm in the middle of fucking Kansas. The grocery store is 20 fucking miles away.
An open grocery store.
Yeah.
One that stays open past 9 o'clock at night.
Shit, they're staying up until 9 now?
Yeah, well, 9 o'clock. It's been 9 for a while.
I could have sworn that, back when we were
7
younger.
7 o'clock on Sundays.
When we were younger, it felt like some shit closed at like 8, sometimes 5.
Some stuff does.
I was like, my God, if you wanted food in this fucking town, you had to get it before like 5.
Or leave. Or leave town.
Or leave town. That was usually the option.
And even in Hiawatha, there's not like tons of stuff. I mean,
no. Thank God Casey's now, it's 24/7.
Casey's is nice. And and the Walmart. But even then, it's like, if you're buying food, you have to take it home and cook it. Not like fast food or anything like that. I
don't know how Casey's General Store works around the rest of the U.S., but we finally got one up in Hiawatha that they got an all-night kitchen going. You can get like sub sandwiches and shit. You can get burgers. They'll fry that shit.
Pizza.
And pizza. When I get home from work and I get hungry and I decide that, I want a fucking pizza and
road trip,
I can get a fucking pizza at 3 a.m. Do you know how fucking excited that makes you?
And I'm a pizza fan. I'm a fan. But something about Casey's pizza that is like
that cheese.
So good.
That cheese.
Oh my God, dude. Casey's pizza has got to be like one of the best. And you would not think a gas station that makes pizza, you would not think in a million years that, man, I bet that's amazing pizza.
Yeah.
But, oh my God.
This gas station.
I don't even know if they have Casey's across the whole country. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know how far across it spans.
If you have a Casey's General Store and you've had their pizza,
you know what's up.
You know what's up. Because that shit is good.
Yeah, that's kind of up there in my top pizza part. Like the only pizza place.
It is the weirdest thing, dude, to say that. Gas station pizza is the best.
Because usually I like pizza pretty much no matter what. I think there's only like one fast food chain that I've came across that I just fucking despise.
Domino's. Ugh.
See, Domino's I'm okay with. Papa John's I can't do.
Oh, I don't think I've ever had Papa John's.
See,
quite honestly. There's one in Topeka, but I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, we had one time when we went to go somewhere and we ordered it, and I'm just like, this is fucking disgusting.
Well, yeah, you used to work at a Little Caesars, and I like Little Caesars too.
Talk about fucking free pizza.
Oh my God, Little Caesars.
I had Little Caesars for at least a year and a half straight. I mean, that was my diet.
Little Caesars.
Fucking Little Caesars. I had some hellacious heartburn, but fuck, it was worth it.
I just like Little Caesars had it right, man. Hot and ready. Like you could just walk in the door.
$5.
Walk in the door, slap a $5 bill on the counter, and walk out with a pepperoni pizza. A large pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni or cheese, and if you slap down like another $3, you can get 3 meat.
No wait, and it's friggin' delicious. And it was $5.
Now they got that new deep dish deal too, and that's pretty good. But the store we worked at, I remember the deep dishes we had. We only went through we'd make 4 or 5 doughs for it, and that was it. And we never hardly ever sold one.
Really?
Then they started that new deep dish deal after I moved away, and they said they can't fucking keep up with deep dishes.
Really?
And they're smaller than what they were. I'm like, what?
That's weird.
Fucking weirdos.
I've never been big on deep dish pizza. I need to go to Chicago and have Chicago style deep dish.
Yeah, I've always wanted that.
I really want to try that, but going to a pizza place, I'd never want the deep dish because I think it's too greasy. It's
I don't know.
Just give me a good hand tossed or a thin and crispy. I'll be good to go.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try Chicago deep dish without the going to Chicago and getting shot part. I really don't want to mess with that part, but yeah, I'd love to try a deep dish like that.
But it's different. Like a deep dish, Chicago style deep dish is like a pie. It's not
yeah.
It's not the same as a Pizza Hut deep dish, which is just a greasy mess.
I missed the Sicilian pizza from Pizza Hut.
I don't think I ever had that.
It was delicious. How did we get here?
Talking about Casey's. This is our Talkcast. We talk about whatever the hell we want.
Welcome to Doom and Corruption's Pizza Cast.
Fucking A. Who that plays video games does not like pizza?
That's a good question.
You can press stop now if you don't like pizza. Just press stop.
If you ain't down with pizza, you can get the fuck out.
GTFO.
I bet, what was it? EverQuest actually had that / Pizza Hut or pizza/pizza command that would actually bring up like a Pizza Hut order menu in your game. So you didn't have to quit gaming to order some goddamn pizza.
That is great. I never knew that. That's funny.
I was like, I would wished I had played that game and had played in like a city to where this worked.
You know what's so funny? I remember an old ass movie, Sandra Bullock in it, called The Net. Did you ever watch that movie?
I don't know if it was, but I can't remember.
Okay. Well, this was back in like the infant days of the internets, like back when it was kind of a new and exciting thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now it's just kind of old and lame and Google this and Google that and Twitters and Facebooks and MySpaces. No MySpaces. MySpace died.
MySpace died.
YouTubes and every other thing. But back in the day, when the internet was new, I remember watching this movie, and I don't remember exactly like the plot of the movie or like how like the internet played like a big part in this. But essentially, like at one point in the movie, you know, she's like hanging out at her house, and I think she has like 2 computer screens. One of them is playing Wolfenstein 3D, and this is why I remembered it, of course. One of them is playing Wolfenstein 3D, and the other one's got like a pizza menu, and she's like ordering pizza with, you know, clicking her mouse and like deciding what toppings she wants on her pizza. And I'm thinking, you know, back at the, you know, this was like mid-90s, and I'm thinking, oh my god, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfenstein and ordering pizza on the computer. Holy shit. But
I can honestly say in Manhattan, I did do that once with the Domino's ordering thing.
well, now it's like commonplace.
Right.
Anybody can pull out their cell phone and order a pizza on their, you know, on their Domino's app or whatever. Anybody can do that now. But in '95, no way.
No.
No way.
It's the coolest fucking shit ever.
That was the coolest thing.
That was right up there with the goddamn Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm pretty sure it was a horrible movie. I can't even remember it really. But
it had Sandra Bullock in it.
It had Sandra Bullock, which was mwah.
Yeah.
And she was playing Wolfenstein ordering pizza. Come on. Dream come true.
She's always been fucking hot.
Dream come true right there. Sandra Bullock, Wolfenstein pizza. Come on.
Yeah. That's 3 things you just need.
Wow.
Yeah, we went
Derailed.
there. Yeah.
Derailed.
I think this train went off the fucking rails at the moment we started
talking about
Casey.
game. We're talking about gaming. Wolfenstein.
Yeah, now. Before it was Casey's General Store. We don't even know how we got there now. I'm going to go back and listen to this and edit and like, how in the fuck did this happen?
This is going to be our most popular episode ever.
We're going to have flame wars galore.
God, we haven't even talked about Advanced Warfare, like what we do like about it yet. Okay, let's talk. Let's go. Let's segue.
Back to guns and killing. Let's go.
Guns and killing. Okay, so in our first kind of, you know, foray into it, the night we played it in my place, we're both just kind of, you know, goofing around trying to figure out, you know, controls and stuff. And at this point, you know, there's people that have been playing for at least a whole day.
Yeah.
Because, well, no, several days. Because it came out like Tuesday, but people had it Monday.
Day 0.
Day 0. So people had it Monday, and so we weren't playing until Friday. And by Friday, there's already, you know, people prestiged and stuff.
Oh yes.
And and we were moving up levels pretty quickly, but I found out later it's because it was double XP. And so I think for my brother-in-law's sake, because he actually got it on release day for the Xbox One, and he said that on release day it was double XP, so probably day 0 and then day 1 double XP, and then there wasn't for a couple of days, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday there was again. So yeah, it's not surprising that people were already, you know, prestige and maybe even double prestige, because, you know, if you played for, you know, even just 3 or 4 hours in double XP, you could probably prestige if you were pretty good.
Yeah.
Like you. You know,
like me.
Like you. Like, if you had played for like 3 or 4 hours straight with double XP, you could get pretty close, I think, probably. Especially if like you did it for like 3 days in a row.
Right.
Definitely. But so we're playing with some people that had clearly been playing for a little while, because like the new mechanics are not hard to get used to necessarily. They come pretty second nature, really. Like, the double jump felt so good.
Yes.
It was just so natural. Like, it's like, yeah, I can double jump. Yeah.
And then we found out more.
And then the different things with the double jump, like the double jump dash and like the thing you were just telling me about, which I'll let you
talk. Because we were sitting there dicking around, and we figured out the double jump dash, which, jump, and then sprint. And that was like, this is the most fucking epic way to get around.
Yeah, and it makes perfect sense, though. It's like, yeah.
And then I was sitting there thinking, when we were sitting there playing at that time, like, what happens if I try to get to the ground faster? So I hit duck, and then you just, like, jetpack down towards the ground. I'm like, this is so fucking awesome. Well, the other day I found out that apparently that's also, like, a insta-kill for... It's an attack. It's an attack. If you stomp on somebody, you Mario their fucking ass. It's awesome. I mean, now I can treat these other guys like Goombas. Just jump on their ass.
Yeah, I wonder if that was on purpose. I really wonder if they said, yeah, let's make this ground pound thing happen, or if it was totally accidental.
I think they must have intended for that, because, I mean, otherwise I don't think they would have even bothered with a fast dash down.
Yeah, probably not. Although, I don't know, like, getting around, like, if you need to get out of the air quickly.
Yeah. And sometimes you can actually get, like, a double dash in the air if you are at high enough altitude. But so far, it's actually fairly well balanced. I like it a lot better than I did, like, jetpacks and, like, anything else.
But see, it's not like a jetpack, though. It's very controlled.
Right.
Like, you double jump, it isn't lofty.
Right.
Like, once you get to your altitude, you're there. Like, there's none of this, like, floating around with the jetpacks like you do in Halo. And it's, like, we already kind of discussed, like, you and I, like, how much more chaotic it is. Like,
right.
Like, with people zipping around. It's very fast. And with Halo, even with jetpacks, even when Halo is fast, it's still not that fast.
Right.
It's a relatively floaty game. And it doesn't move quite as quickly. Whereas, like, with this new exosuit thing, it's pretty fast and kind of hard. And I like that, like, if you're close enough to a building or like a window or surface, you don't have to be super fucking accurate. Like, you'll grab on to the window or the
right.
ledge and kind of boost yourself up. Like, and that helps a lot, because otherwise people would just be running into the side of shit all the time.
I had found that that's sometimes a bad thing too. If I'm trying to get into a window,
yeah,
and I get the roof instead, and it's like, oh hi,
yeah,
how are you?
I see what you mean, but like, I just mean for like the double jump for like a newcomer,
right?
You don't have to be so super accurate.
Yeah.
Like, if you kind of aim at a surface, you'll probably get there.
Yeah, it does fairly well. There's a few areas you might have troubles with, and that's...
Well, yeah, that's not to say, like, if you time your jumps like crap, you're probably just going to run to the side of the wall. But
yeah. And that has happened quite a bit.
If you're in the ballpark, you're probably going to get there.
Right.
Like, because it the game itself knows that, it's hard to be super precise with thumbsticks.
Right.
Like, in as far as movement goes.
And I don't know about you, but I really enjoy the only thing from Black Ops 2 that I really enjoyed was the pick 13 now on Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I do like that.
Picking that, and, like, I can choose to get rid of a pistol and take, like, perk 2 greed or something and get the gung-ho along with my blind eye, which I fucking love running.
Yeah. I like that it gives you that customization freedom, because, quite frankly, I never use a pistol. Ever.
Right.
I know you do, and like a lot of like sniper classes and stuff do, but I just don't. So I'm okay with having just a tactical knife, and then being able to put a third attachment on my primary, or carry an extra grenade or something,
right?
Or like a wild card that that I may not have got to use before. Like I like that it takes into consideration that maybe not everybody needs a pistol or a launcher or something like that. So yeah.
And I found when we first were playing, I rarely touched the button, didn't use it, didn't even think it was necessary, was the exo abilities.
Excuse me, I still haven't.
Yeah, you still have. I've been finding out more and more that, they are pretty useful, and especially in domination, if you get that shield one, it's helpful.
I haven't touched domination yet. I could see that becoming, very big.
And certain,
if you could point your back to a wall and
yeah,
put the shield up in front of you, yeah.
Certain run and gun classes, having that overclock to get a speed boost.
Yep.
Fuck, I ran around with that little pump action shotgun with that on. God, I love that shotgun.
That's a nice shotgun.
I love it.
It's nice. It's powerful.
Yeah.
It's good. It's slow, like it's a pump, and it's slow. But if you can get your shots on, it's good.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
It's sweet.
That was what I had originally had as dubbed as my...
That's a standard. Like, that's a default.
That's what I had as my bitch mode class, where I run around and I act like a little dick. But now I've actually... I've got new bitch mode going.
Nice.
I got the, what is it, SAC. It's the dual vectors is all it really is. It's the akimbo vectors.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of sad that it's akimbo only. I really would have just loved that gun and aim down sights with it because it looks fucking awesome. But I got this akimbo vectors. And I've got like Blind Eye and Gung Ho and Hardwire and Scavenger now.
I like that Hardwired perk. That helps so fucking much.
With like these plus lightweight and an exo overclock, I just run around the fucking map just being a little bitch.
There's one other thing I was going to talk about. Oh, I like the item drop, or like the loot drop system. I kind of like that. It's kind of trying to trying to like cash in on your Destiny type,
right? It's got that RPG element.
Yeah, but it's nice, like, because the best part about it is like you say you get some stuff, the item drops, like, I don't know how you get them, like you just have to get to a certain point total in a match, or like get a certain medal in a match. I don't know what you have to do,
right?
Or maybe it's just completely random. I don't know, but you'll get these little loot drops, and you'll like open them up at the end of the match or whatever, and it'll be an extra gun that, that's the only way you can get it, is to get it in a loot drop, or like a customizable piece of the exo armor or something, which does nothing for you game wise. It just changes the way you look.
Yeah.
So it's, it is what it is. It's cool. It's a nice little extra, padding out the game. I think it's a good idea. I mean, it's not, doesn't do anything, but change the way you look. But I like it.
Right.
But I kind of like the way that works. And like the best part is, like, for like stuff that you don't want, you can redeem it for for XP, which is awesome. It's like, I don't want that gun. I will never use that gun. 500 extra XP. Right on.
All right.
Easy choice, easy decision. And then other times you get. And like some of the guns, like, will actually change your stats a little bit. Like,
right.
Like it'll reduce your fire rate a little bit, but it'll boost your running speed, or vice versa, or just things like that. But it like is up front with it and it tells you.
Yeah.
But I got a couple of cool ass guns that way. It's like,
yeah, I got that one.
A couple that I use.
I got two blues that I really enjoy using, because I got the one that's the assault rifle, which is the 3-round burster, and it gave me like a +2 damage to that. Fuck, now it's a great weapon. I fucking love that. Then I got my blue dual vectors. That's what I've been running, and they're I can't remember. It's Misery and Company of what they're called.
Yeah.
So,
that Scout, I think is what it's called, the Scout. I don't remember, but it's a fully auto little assault rifle, but it's like somewhere between an assault rifle and like a sub.
Right.
Like, it's small, but powerful, and it's really nice. I like it.
Right.
I use it. It's a nice rifle.
They did a lot of nice things with this game.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it. I've obviously played it a lot more than I've played Ghost. Already.
Yeah, you've played it a lot more than I have. I played it the most probably with you, and then one other time where I played for a couple hours.
Right.
And but that time was funny because that time I was actually playing in classic playlists, which are like a completely separate set of playlists that includes Team Deathmatch, Domination, and a couple others. Maybe there's like a Seek and Destroy. I don't know, five or six classic playlists, and the only difference is that the exo powers are taken away. So all the same guns, all the same maps, and everything else that's in the game, except for the double jump and the exo abilities.
Right.
So it's essentially the same Call of Duty as all the old ones, but with the upgrades,
Right.
and the current game maps and weapons and things like that. So it's really nice, like, to take a break from the chaos of the EXO stuff, which is awesome. I love it, but because, like you said, it does get just a little bit much sometimes, and it's nice to. Okay, let's just take a break and go play Domination over here, where I don't have to worry about people flying all over the fucking place.
Right. It's going to be kind of nice. Like I said, now that you brought it up, I'd seen it, but I hadn't tried it yet.
You should try it.
I'm going to try it tonight.
Just to see like the contrast, because it's not so different. It's not as different as you think. Like, you just can't do the double jump. I mean, that's essentially, and then the abilities. But
because with the way that this is set up, a lot of the map you just ignore because you're jumping over it.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm kind of curious to see how the map design was based on that kind of style.
And there's a lot of people playing in there too. Like, I had no trouble finding a match. It was instant. Same as it is in the standard. Like, it was just like, whoo!
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably a lot of them that just hated the EXO movement, but this was a good idea. This was a great idea because of that.
Yeah. Because Sledgehammer is smart enough to realize, okay, some people might really freaking hate this.
Right.
But so we gotta have something to keep them engaged in the game.
Keep them occupied.
But everything else is the same. Like, you still get the loot drops.
Right.
You still get like the same everything except for the super fast movement and stuff. Like, so it's pretty awesome. It's a fucking great idea.
Because so far, map design I've been okay with. I've really enjoyed a lot of it.
Some of them really cool.
Terrace is about the only one I couldn't really stand because that's just like steps basically. If you think about your jumping.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to see how that's on classic mode to see how that plays out. But the only downside I had with this map design was some of the maps, they built them with that verticality in mind, and then they built something that looks like you should be able to jump on that. You could actually get to that. That's no higher than what you're on now. You could regular jump up to that son of a bitch. Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Yeah, I noticed that right away.
Invisible walls. Fucking always hated invisible walls. If you're going to build a map that has like a central point that you don't want players on, build that as a fucking tall ass building that you cannot jump on.
Right.
Don't put that at fucking jumping level and then an invisible wall.
Then tell me that I can't be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that right away. Like, within the first couple of matches you and I played, we had got that out of bounds message.
It was in the first match, in like the first 5 seconds. You loaded in, you took a jump at an area, and it was out of bounds.
Yeah. Like, and it was weird. Like,
yeah.
It was like, it didn't like piss me off outright, but it's like, well, that's strange. It's like, the jump, it wasn't even like crazy,
No.
Like, I was just like jumped, and it's like out of bounds. Like, whoa.
I can't even think of the map's name right now, but it's the one where you got that like outdoor pool with the glass, and it's all outdoors, and A and C flag are on this, and we started at what was probably, I think, A flag or C flag, but there's like this little like helicopter landing pad on this little cliffside, and we thought you can get up on that little cliff. He goes for it, and out of bounds.
Yeah, it was
fucking dumb.
It's just weird. Like, it's just interesting, like a silly design choice. Like, just not outright like bad. It's not like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that. But it's just like, why did they do that?
Destiny has pissed me off with that shit too, because they got invisible walls set up on certain.
Yeah.
You can't get past certain areas, and then they got areas where you can go past it, and then you get this turn back in 5 seconds.
Or die. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Those I'm more okay with because I'm like, okay, I can see where you want me to play.
I'd rather have an invisible wall that doesn't let me go, as opposed to, you better get back or we're gonna kill you.
See, I'm the opposite, because the only reason I like the 5 seconds, because like in Battlefield we used to do it all the time. They give you like 10 seconds. Well, you weren't supposed to be there, but it wasn't like you couldn't be there. So if you needed to like skirt danger a bit and you skirt out here to get a flanking position, it was an option. As long as you can get back in bounds before it killed you, this was still a legitimate, mode
Player,
of yeah. But when you got an invisible wall, that option's cut off, and it's just like, this is a fucking invisible wall. I can see ground right there.
Yeah.
Fuck, put a wall, an actual wall or something.
Yeah.
Signify that I'm not supposed to be
here. Put
here.
a building there.
Yeah.
Or something.
Show me why I'm not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But Destiny does both, and that pisses me off. Because I'm like, I got these, these out of bounds areas where I can be in, but it'll kill me. But if I go too high, then I hit like the ceiling. That you could tell where they've actually like curved the ceiling and shit. I'm like, this is bullshit. I can't stand this.
So above all, I think, and you've played some of the campaign. Looks like I haven't even touched it. I've been too Pokemoning.
Too Pokemon-y.
Too Pokemon-y to touch the campaign, and I want to. It's short, I've heard, which is once again kind of a downfall. Kind of disappointing that it's like so short, but at the same time, it's like I've played some first-person shooters that kind of overstay their welcome. So
Right.
I almost would rather have it be a little too short than one that gets too long in the tooth, and I start to resent it before it's over.
Yeah, and I'm alternating right now. I play multiplayer, and I'll go play like a level of campaign.
And I think that's what they want you to do.
Right.
Well, actually, no, I take it back. Technically, they want you to play the campaign in its entirety before you start the multiplayer.
Oh, yeah. They try
That's what it tells you.
They try.
Like, we strongly recommend that you play the campaign before jumping into online. And we're like, fuck you. And just...
Fuck that. This ain't our first rodeo, bitch.
Yeah, really. I want to know, like, how many people this is their first Call of Duty game, because I'm betting it's a low number.
Yeah. But... yeah, I'm alternating it, and the only reason I'm alternating is because on campaign I'm actually playing veteran mode. I just decided to start it off that way, and just get done with the whole veteran thing.
Yeah.
Before I decide, I finished normal. Let's go back and play
the chump. I ain't gonna do that shit.
Because I've done that before with all of them. I've played like normal mode just to get a feel for it. I'm like, let's try veteran.
I'm a chump.
And the only time I fucking like cussed out my TV screen in veteran mode was World at War, because that's. Was it Stalingrad or whatever the last actual level is just a grenade fest. Fucking hated that.
Oh my god, I can remember. I haven't played that one all the way through yet, and I just bought that. I just rebought that.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
I played about halfway through. Last thing I remember doing was like a tank mission. I don't know, but anyway, I remember the last mission on Call of Duty 3 being like the worst fucking thing ever in my life. Like, I could not get past this thing for the longest time. I was stuck here at this last level.
Oh yeah.
This last little area where I just had like, I thought that I just had to kill everyone that was approaching, but they just kept coming.
The bad thing with the Call of Duty 3
kept coming. I had to move forward, but I didn't know that. Because there were so many people, it's like, I can't move forward. There's too many fucking people.
Call of Duty 3 was bad about...
just run.
Run, but they wanted you to use smoke grenades, so you smoke grenade, but then you had to be at the right time of the smoke to move. Yeah. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, I did not like Call of Duty 3. Like, I wanted to. I wanted to like it a lot. But at the end of the day, I didn't like it. I finished it. I was so glad that it was over.
Multiplayer was fun.
So glad it was over.
Call of Duty 3 multiplayer was fun.
I want to go back and get. I think they re-released 2 on 360.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that.
I think they released 2 on 360, and I think that's the only one on modern consoles that I'm missing. I think I have them all. Well, I don't have 3. I played 3 on my original Xbox, but as far as Xbox 360 goes, I have 4 World at War now. I just got World at War. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghosts, and now Advanced Warfare. So
I've got 1 through 3 on PC, and then I did like PS3 mainly is where I was at with Modern Warfare and Black Ops, World at War, Modern Warfare 2. And then it wasn't until, God damn it, help me out here.
Black Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops. Yeah, the first Black Ops. Because I actually had it on both systems. That was the first times I owned Call of Duty on both systems.
Because you had like different people you played with on
Right.
the system. Yeah.
So Black Ops I went and bought on 360 as well, and that's when I kind of started, or I was starting to buy them only on 360 after a while. And then I'm PS4 now, I'm buying them for there.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things, like, yeah, I'm planning on getting an Xbox One probably, like, the first part of next year. And it really could be something I double dip on, like, or, you know, trade in my PS3 copy for the Xbox One copy just to, you know, so I can play online on the next gen system, because I'm sure people will still be playing online, you know, in February. You know, they'll be playing online until the next one comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And even then, they might still be playing, just, you know, still people playing all the other ones.
This one is nice. This one is really nice. I'm not for certain who's supposed to take the next. Might be Treyarch. I don't know who's.
Could be Treyarch, or it could be, you know.
Because they've got me so
Ward,
confused
whatever.
right now with the Sledgehammer Infinity Ward thing, because as far as I remember, Infinity Ward doesn't even exist anymore.
You know,
Sledgehammer took over them, last I knew.
Well, who did Ghosts?
Raven and...
That's right, Raven. I keep forgetting Raven's in this, too, because Raven's name is on this one, too.
Right, that's what confused the shit out of me.
This is Sledgehammer Raven. Like,
right.
It's both.
Yeah, so the last one was Raven Infinity
I thought
Ward.
Infinity Ward, yeah.
And that's what confused me, because I thought Infinity Ward was supposed to be Sledgehammer now. And, well,
I
don't know what they're doing.
Needless to say, I think that they need to really take a long, hard look at this game and think, okay, this worked. How can we move forward? Not copy and paste.
Right.
But how can we move forward? How can we change things and make it, you know, different enough to be distinguishable between them, but also the same enough to keep guys like us, you know, who are really into it, really into this new direction, you know, interested.
And see, I've heard the cries already of, you know, it's Call of Halo Advanced Titanfall. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard it, and
you're gonna.
And, you know, to an extent, yeah.
But is that a bad thing? Yeah,
no.
That's what I want to say. Is that a bad thing?
No, because let's look at Titanfall. That is basically a commercial failure, if you look at it.
But at the same time, fucking brilliant.
Brilliant.
Like, the game itself was, like, such a good idea, unrealized because it was an Xbox One exclusive.
But what does, you know, Call of Duty do, like they did before with the first-person shooter genre? They took pieces, adapted it, and they made it work a hell of a lot better than what had been done.
Well, I'm interested to see, like, what Halo 5 will be like. Cause
I kind of am too, and I'm not even a Halo fan.
I think Halo 5 is going to be a lot like Call of Duty,
right?
But a lot like Titanfall, too.
Right.
I think it's going to be the same as this, but in the Halo world, you know?
And honestly, my next big FPS I'm waiting for, Battlefield Hardline.
Really?
Really.
No Far Cry 4?
I don't know if I'm going to try and get that first thing or what, because Battlefield still ways off. I think that they've actually... They didn't want to compete with Call of Duty anymore.
And rightly so, because there is a definite Call of Duty crowd and a definite Battlefield crowd, but I think ultimately a lot of people are into both.
Right.
Like, so it was really in Battlefield's best interest to maybe wait a little while and to try and catch the most people possible. And I think Hardline looks fucking awesome.
Yes, and Hardline does look amazing. And I'm hoping since they're now looking like they're actually getting their act together with, okay, we're marketing for consoles now mainly.
Yeah, and they should.
Because before it was, you know, we're still going for our PC crowd, we'll port it to console, but now both places will have like these big PC maps with fucking console amount of players, and it made it for a desolate experience. I fucking hated those games, but yeah, they were enjoyable, but I wanted my 64 player base instead of the 32 player, because that's what Battlefield was.
I still need to get into Battlefield 4. I have it. I need to play it some.
I haven't either played it.
I started the campaign and then it like locked up on me and I lost all my save progress. So I was like,
Battlefield
so I put it
3
back down, but I actually got Battlefield 3, so I need to.
3 was the last one I did. But like I said,
Do you have
Battlefield
4?
2.
Did you buy 4?
I didn't buy 4. Because after 3, I was like, I know 4 is just going to be, even if I bought on PC, it's going to be not as many players.
Yeah.
Not even bother. Battlefield 2 is probably still my favorite fucking game out of the series.
Bad Company 2 or just 2?
Battlefield 2, not Bad Company. Bad Company 2 was good too. I enjoyed it. Don't get me
I
wrong.
got that again too on because it was a freebie on Xbox, so I have that again too.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was a couple months ago.
Fuck. Should have bought that, or should have got that, but
I gotta take a piss, so talk for a minute.
Hello, how are you?
You don't have to like turn on the sudden jackass.
Sudden jackass.
Jackass ability activate.
Damn, now this is awkward because it's like, what the hell do I do now that he's gone? I should have just paused the goddamn things. But nope, we're gonna sit here and talk for a minute. So, Battlefield 2 is probably like my favorite Battlefield out of all of it, just because of the way, Strike at Karkin had the big map experience, 64-player base. Battlefield 2 is where it's at. Bad Company 2 was good, but so far, I don't know. Between the Call of Duty and Battlefield arguments, they're both getting kind of about the same, where they're both trying to get that experience of the other. And I think he's almost done. I can hear water running. Aha!
All better.
Thank God. As I was just saying to myself and the audience.
I kind of heard you.
But, Call of Duty and Battlefield are kind of merging into about the same kind of game anymore.
Well, and I appreciate... Sorry, loud microphone sounds. Hold on. I appreciate even in Battlefield, like it kind of recognizes that. And like they're like the team deathmatch playlist or whatever, like a lot smaller maps,
right,
and smaller teams and things like that. So it plays a little bit more like Call of Duty, but it's still Battlefield. Like
right.
it's still unique. Like it's not copy and paste Call of Duty, which good,
right,
good. As much as I like Call of Duty, I don't want every first-person shooter I play to be like that. I don't. I don't want it to be a carbon copy. I like Halo a lot, and I appreciate the things like Halo 4 did to be more like Call of Duty. I appreciate that because, let's face it, some of the things in Halo were getting a little bit stale.
Yeah.
And so to freshen it up, they implement some new, like, the loadouts and the different, I don't know, play style of it virtually. Still stayed true to Halo, but it, made it a little bit more welcoming to new fans. And Battlefield doing the same thing. I don't want to say that Call of Duty is king and that people that should change their games to be more similar to that. But at the same time, it's like, you got to kind of face the music and say, okay, yeah, people play Call of Duty, and
right.
If there was certain things in our game that made them think, or think the same way or feel the same way that Call of Duty made them think or feel, maybe they'll like our game more. Not necessarily more in Call of Duty, but more in general. Like
right.
they'll just, oh yeah, Battlefield's fucking awesome. And it will in turn have its own identity, even if it's borrowing elements. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what I mean all the time. Is just like Call of Duty has did something great here, where they had a genre that was already well established. First person shooter,
well established.
And then they took elements.
It didn't need help.
Added new stuff in, like aim down sights. Things just like that nature. The small things like that. The regenerating health system. They implemented that in, which wasn't anything common back then. I mean, everything was health packs, overshields, and just fucking run a gun.
Let's look at Halo 1. Halo 1 kind of revitalized the first-person shooter. It had gotten a little bit stale prior to that, even though, games like, my beloved id games and like your Half-Lives and stuff like that were very prominent. At the same time, they were kind of exclusive to these PC gamers. So Halo really kind of revolutionized console first-person shooters and got people playing them again. And then a ton of them came out. And then Call of Duty came here and said, hey, play this game.
Yeah.
Try this one. And then people were like, we're talking about Call of Duty 4 here. People were played that one and then never went back.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
just game over.
Yeah.
Like,
because I remember playing Call of Duty 3 before the Modern Warfare came out, and 3 was even great because it was like that aim down sights was fucking just that was the next logical step in it.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure games had already done it before with aim
Well,
down.
but it was clunky. Like,
It was
with Halo 1 and 2, you had the sniper rifle, but it was hard.
right.
Like, it was hard to get used to.
I mean, because Quake had the same thing, railgun. So, and all that really was just keeping in mind where your mouse movement was, keeping in the center, and then just you really didn't have to zoom in. I mean, it was laser point.
It's funny because like the people. It's funny that you say Quake because the best Quake players, none of them aimed down sights.
Yeah,
None at all. Railgun, fuck that. All they need is a little bit of reticle in the middle of the screen. That's all they need.
Yes, and then once it was either all your guns were pinpoint laser accurate, or they tried the the spray cone, so that try to give you that realism of the gun and the recoil. But it was like, well, it's not always that bad. And then Call of Duty came in, aim down sights, tighten up your recoil pattern. Hip fire is now what this is called. And if you're shooting from the hip, you're not getting the most accurate shooting. So you're
not getting accurate at all.
Like, so aim down the sight, keep your recoil pattern and learn the patterns. It's just like,
but then you develop bad habits like your reloads too.
Yeah,
which I'm horrible at.
And it's just horrible. Like this fucking makes sense.
Yeah,
and it's proven itself already that people love it this way. Most of the game, even Halo's gone to, they got aim down sights on most every gun now, don't they? On 4 or
I don't know if it's every gun. Like I don't think like your shotguns and stuff have it, or like the standard assault rifles have it. But like your battle rifle and your DMR, even the pistol,
right?
They all had it. And like your more marksman type rifles, they all had it. And then your snipers and stuff like that. But there again, unless you customize the controls, like the standard default controls were like the same as it always has been, which is like push in on the right thumbstick. I think what your melee in Call of Duty is zoom on Halo, so it's actually kind of hard to like go back and forth, like playing Halo and then playing Call of Duty and going back. It's like it's hard.
I found it in Halo there was just like 3 buttons. If you were like, I think it was rotated them clockwise. It would have been fucking perfect. Sense. Yeah. And it was like right bumper, B, and then your right joystick.
Like, for me, I've gotten so used to the Call of Duty scheme that it just feels so hard to get used to playing other games. That if I have the option to make it even like mostly similar to that pattern, I usually do it.
I was like
I need the X to be reload, or X or square to be reload. I need circle or B to be crouch. And I need right thumbstick to be melee or knife or whatever. I need that.
BioShock Infinite. Fuck its controls.
Oh man, is it that bad?
It fucked with me so hard because it did not follow. It had some, the Call of Duty standards, and then it just tried doing it was like a mix of Call of Duty and Halo controls.
Did you ever play BioShock 1?
No, I got Infinite on the free PlayStation. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
I was thinking though, if it follows, I don't know because I haven't played it yet, but if it follows BioShock 1 and 2, I think I'll be okay with it. Like, I think I'll be okay.
It was weird to me, and I hated it, and I'd get killed every now and then because I pushed the wrong fucking buttons. Because my brain would just go Call of Duty mode and just like, press this! And my hand is doing it, and nothing's happening, and then we're freaking out. Me and the brain are just like, I don't know what to do!
No!
And then the brain's like, wait, read the manual. Okay, no, wait, you need this button. And my thumb's like, no, this is not what we need.
Yeah. Like, see, I don't know exactly how Infinite works because I think it is different enough from the first BioShock that, it's going to be a new thing. But, like, changing your weapons was... Like, changing weapons was, like, L1. No. Changing your plasmids was L1. And changing your weapons was R1. And firing your weapon was R2, and firing your plasmid was L2. So it's like you had to do that claw thing. Like,
yeah.
and I'm not used to that. Like you had to keep your index fingers on the ones and your middle fingers on the twos, and I'm not used to that. I was not used to that. I was not prepared to play this game like that. So I think that's one of the reasons why, like the first time I played it, I kind of hated it because it's like I couldn't grasp the controls. But then I played a little game called Singularity, and people can say what they want about Singularity. Because I don't think it reviewed very well. But I think that's a brilliant ass game, and I loved it. And the best part about it, though, probably, was that it made me want to play Bioshock. Because I had played Bioshock like a few hours of it and didn't really care for it. And then I lost my save, which is probably the best thing that could have happened. Because then I played Singularity, and it reminded me enough of Bioshock that I wanted to go back to it and try it again. So I started over, and all of a sudden I understood. It made sense. And as good as Singularity was to me, like it's still nowhere near as good as Bioshock, but I think that's probably like the best thing that could have happened, though.
Yeah.
Because I played Singularity and liked it, I went back to Bioshock and understood all of the sudden, instantaneously. Oh. Like, and then also you have to go into Bioshock realizing that it's not really a first-person shooter. It looks like one. It's disguised as one. But it's not really. It's kind of like Fallout 3.
Right.
I know apples and oranges, but Fallout 3 is not a first-person shooter. It is an RPG. It is a strategy RPG, if anything. It's more close. It's closer to like your XCOM type of shooting than a first-person shooter, like with the VATS. Like, and you have to use VATS. I'm sorry. If you played this game without using VATS, you are a master. You are a god. Like, you are something non-human. Because playing this game without VATS would be so hard.
Especially 3's, actually gave you invincibility frames.
Unnecessarily hard. I think Fallout 3 is hard enough.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
just try New Vegas.
I struggle. I need to go back to it because it's a great game. It's a wonderful game.
Yeah.
But, man, it's tough.
I sunk so many hours into 3.
It's a tough game.
So many fucking hours.
It's a good game.
And New Vegas is good. 3's good. I still love my original ones, especially 2.
Hey, you're crazy.
You're
crazy.
And it's
I
not,
like you, but you're crazy.
And like I said, it wasn't even like I played them first, and
No.
I played them after 3, and I still fucking love them.
Yeah, that's even weirder. Like,
usually that doesn't.
You can go and play a game like Fallout 3, and then go and play a game like Fallout 2, and think that it's superior. They are apples and oranges.
Yeah,
I already used that reference once, but they are so different. So different.
Fucking love it. Oh.
Yeah, it's cool.
All
That's
of them.
awesome.
All of them. And we're still waiting on news for like a new Fallout. But I'm also still waiting on news for some new fucking South Park DLC, that I've been waiting on.
I got Pokemon Omega Ruby coming. I'm happy. I'm gonna as soon as I get home, I'm gonna download Bird Story. Did you play To the Moon?
I did not.
You know what To the Moon is?
Not really, just basically named about it.
Really simple, like point and click text adventure. Not really text adventure, but I mean like you see character interaction.
Right.
So it's mostly like about the story experience and the fucking music. Oh man. I'm not even like the biggest video game music guy, but this music tells this story of this game, To the Moon. And it's made by one guy. His name is Kan, or K-A-N, but I think he says it Can. I don't know. I've heard him say it before. I think it's Kan Gao. And he completely made the game and all the music and the story and everything himself. And it is just brilliant. It's a brilliant indie game, but it's loosely a game, like you just point and click at things and you progress story stuff. And I'm not even the biggest like visual novel guy, but this game is it's an incredible experience, incredible story. It's like 4 hours long, something like that. Anyway, he released his sequel to it, which is like not even really like a true sequel. It's more like a 0.5. Like it's another story, not necessarily completely unrelated to the first one, but it's kind of its own thing, and it directly applies to the sequel to the Moon.
Right.
Like
Kind of a bridge between the two.
It's like a prequel to the sequel, but not necessarily a sequel to the first game.
Right.
So it's called A Bird Story. I'm really excited to try it. It's $5 on Steam, which, if to some people would seem like a bit much for no more than it is, because I've heard him say, being forthcoming with this, there's no text in this. It's all just point and click, interaction, no words, just music and then what you're looking at. But it's like a 16-bit style game, like the To the Moon is too. Very simple graphics, and the story of it follows two doctors who have this like futuristic practice where they can grant someone their final wish pretty much on their deathbed. Like they can go into your brain and like alter certain things like from your past within your brain, so you ultimately get to live out your dream. And in the first game it's called To the Moon because the dying man wanted to go to the moon, and so they like go try to alter things so he become in his brain, not really, but in his brain he becomes an astronaut and gets to go to the moon. Like that's their goal. So
that's pretty cool.
It really is. Like it's such an interesting concept, and I think that the sequel is going to follow the same two doctors with the next patient.
Right.
Like so it's going to be very similar, but the story is going to play out completely differently.
Right.
So,
but yeah, I remember when To the Moon and Dust and Elysian Tale were like the big names at the time.
Yeah.
I never did get playing either of them. I did get around the cave story though, and I haven't quite finished that. But that's
you would like Dust.
I seen it was free, and I thought about it.
Oh man, you should have did it.
I should have did it, but I didn't.
You would like Dust. Castlevania-esque, like Metroidvania, like the levels are set up kind of like like
right.
your Castlevania type levels, hack and slash kind of RPG. You would have liked it.
Damn it.
The art style is so
See, I really didn't know much about it.
Oh man, you should have asked me because I love Dust so much. That is one of my. I say it all the time, but that's one of my favorite games. I loved that game so much.
Yeah, I ended up getting this time Binding of Isaac.
I got
Rebirth.
it. Got it on my Vita. Haven't played it yet, but I got it. I'm gonna try it out sometime. See what all the friggin' hubbub's about.
Well, it's quite a bit different than
Binding of Isaac, sirs.
it's a bit different than the Wrath of Lamb edition from previous years, but it's fun. I haven't played a whole lot of this one at the moment, but they added like new stuff, and like you got those XL rooms they're bigger than just the one screen, and then you got like the extra long rooms. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here?
So, like, for the unfamiliar, if we have any unfamiliar listeners, from what I can gather from the Binding of Isaac is it's like a roguelike Zelda game, but plays like a twin-stick shooter.
And we say Zelda, we mean
Zelda
the first.
Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Like a roguelike Zelda 1, but plays like a twin-stick shooter.
Right.
Plays like your Robotron or your Smash TV or something like that. Plays like that. Which is effing brilliant because I love Smash TV. Oh, man.
All with this, like, twisted, dark story undertone of a psychotic mother that believes she hears the voice of God, and the boy is trying to hide from her rampage in the basement, and his only weapon is his tears.
Yeah. So it's like the weirdest concept ever, but if you can just go on to the YouTubes and YouTube The Binding of Isaac, there are hundreds of millions of videos by one single YouTuber, and then there's hundreds of millions of other videos by millions of other YouTubers. This is a popular friggin' game. And I think it's because like the concept is so easy, but because it's a roguelike, it demands that you play it hundreds of times.
Right. And I mean, and it's
Hundreds
always
of
different.
times,
So
every single time. It's
I mean,
different.
you get lucky runs, you get piss poor runs, you get.
And there's people that get so addicted. And roguelikes have that. That's why people play roguelikes, because
They're different.
they're challenging and they're different every single time.
And I so far been excited because, our boy Epic Name Bro has been doing rebirth videos.
I think I saw that. I haven't watched one, but I think I saw it. I think he did like a Demon Souls video the other day.
Oh crap! I didn't see that one. Shoot.
Maybe I imagined it, but
I need to get on and
maybe
check his stuff.
hopefully it wasn't on my what to watch page, and it's like an old ass video. But I would swear that he recently uploaded a Demon Souls video. Oh, did you see that Bloodborne got delayed? Most people are like had this same reaction that you just had, but then at the same time they're like, okay, take your time.
Yeah.
Make it a good game. Make it a good game.
Otherwise, I'll kill you.
Most people are pretty okay with it. Like, not thrilled because they want to play it, but
Right.
pretty okay with, okay.
I'm still trying to.
Take your time.
From what I've seen, I'm still trying to, get the grasp on some of the different mechanics. Because there was a YouTuber that did I guess he had like access into the alpha build that they actually allowed him to record and upload. So it was like an 2-hour-long video of just playing through this build. And, getting to see some of these weapons and how they're working. Like, most every weapon has, like, a primary and, like, a secondary form.
Weird.
Like, the one that stuck out the most was that he had this big fucking rock on his back, the character did. And it was a big square rock, which looked like a hammer. And in his hand, he had a sword. Well, the secondary is that he sticks the sword in there, and the sword now becomes the hilt for this massive fucking hammer.
Ah.
I'm like, that's weird.
It's kind of cool though.
It's cool, but I'm just thinking, okay. So what kind of stats am I going to need for this? Do I need strength stats, or do I need dex, or do I need both now?
Yeah.
I'm going fucking crazy, and I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. That reminds me of like Heavenly Sword, in that like you can just swing the sword, or like it had like you could actually like take it apart and like swing it, and it like had like a chain, like you could like a ranged attack, but it was still like the same sword.
Reminds me of Ivy's sword from Soul Calibur.
I was just gonna say that too, like, or Soul Calibur.
Ivy, man, she's such a good character, but it's a pain in the ass to learn her.
We need to sometime, one of our next videos, we need to play Soul Calibur 5.
Soul Calibur 5.
Yep.
Fight nights are coming, people.
They should. We should totally do that. We keep saying that, but we should totally do that.
I gotta order my shit.
I was gonna say wait until you build your homemade or hitbox, or
we can start anytime. I don't care.
Because was it this month or next month where new Guilty Gear comes out? I think it's next month. It's December.
I think you said December or something.
December 16th is ringing a bell with me. I don't know if that's right.
Sounds
sometime next month. So one of us
Guilty
or both
Gear.
of us need to buy the new Guilty Gear when that comes out. Or we'll go halvesies and we'll both get it. Just one copy. Because
right.
We're gonna play it together anyway. So it's like.
I still need to get Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultra, so I can use Jury and.
Oh, fucking Jury's a cunt. I hate Jury so much.
The amount of hate this man has for one character.
And it's not just you. It's anybody. I've played Juries online, and it's just bad news for me every time. That's what I should have did with K-Brad. I should have been like, hey, K-Brad, pick Jury.
Teach me how to counter.
Teach me how to hit this bitch, because I don't know.
You were still, I think, awestruck, so you didn't even have time to think during that entire process.
And it was such a short time, too. Like, as awesome as it was so quick.
Yeah.
Like, I learned a few things, we practiced a few things, and it's like, oh shit, hour's over.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I wish they would have got a hold of me on that just beforehand. Let me know if that price had jumped. We could have got you.
It's all good.
We could have got you 2 hours.
I don't know what I would have done for 2 hours, honestly. At some point,
you'd have learned to counter Jury.
At some point, we would have gone into like endless battle and just him kick my ass the whole time. So perhaps it's better than just ended at an hour. But it was supremely awesome. But it's funny because like as stoked as I was like to do that, I haven't put in Street Fighter since that night. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You
Like,
just got so many other freaking
well,
games.
I go in and I go. I think I've told you before. I don't know if I said it on here before, but I go in phases with
Right.
fighting games too. Like I love them. I will always love them. But at sometimes I'm just not in the mood to play them.
Right.
Like I just don't want to play Street Fighter. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean I like it less. It just means I don't want to. But I do the same thing with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like right now, Call of Duty is kind of my thing because it's like new game and it's by far the most fun. Like the first couple of months that it's out, especially
Right.
the first few weeks. It's by far the most fun right then before people just totally exploit things like to the max and then make it unfun.
Right.
But which is what happened like Black Ops 2. Like at some point it's just like people just exploited certain things and it's just like, oh god, it just got bad at some point for me. But anyway, back to fighting games. And I think though that if I were to like with you and I like play like certain other ones, I'd probably be more into. That's why I said we need to play Soul Calibur because I haven't even put that in yet. And like I'm excited for the new Guilty Gear when it comes out, and we still got to play Blaze Blue. We still haven't played that, so we got lots to do fighting game wise. Keep us busy. Between the two of us, I mean, you got like Virtua Fighter 5 sitting over there.
Oh yeah.
Between the two of us, we got plenty.
We could actually feasibly do fight nights.
We really could, and you'd have like even if it was just like one a month or something.
Right.
You have 4, 5, 6, 7 months there between all the different fighting games we have.
I'm curious because, like I said, now I've got Mortal Kombat on Steam.
Which reminds me, real quick, I still haven't played that Naruto game yet, but I will.
But I haven't played it since I basically had it, but it was fun when I remember it. It was an odd fighting game, but it was fun because like the buttons, you didn't have as many attacks as you would in like Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah.
Because it kind of kept that anime flow to it.
Yeah.
It was just odd. But what was I saying? Oh, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I got Mortal Kombat on Steam, so I'm kind of curious to see if you can hook your joystick up to my PC, and then we can get like early glimpses of my hitbox style versus your stick style.
Of course, it'll automatically be a bad deal because I suck at Mortal Kombat. But maybe I should take your Mortal Kombat and try to practice up a little bit. But I just got Mortal Kombat vs. DC. So there's another one.
Yeah.
We could try that out. I know it's not as good as Injustice, but
yeah.
Still worth a shot.
I've got Injustice too.
You do have Injustice.
I've got Injustice. We need to get another PS4 controller, but I've got Injustice. Unless your joystick works on the PS4.
That's a good question. It might take an adapter, but an adapter is probably cheaper than a PS4 controller.
Right.
I think those are like $50.
Oh yeah. If that.
Although I've heard from a couple of people that it would be within my best interest to get a PS4 controller and use it on my PlayStation 3, like just to get a feel for it, because it will work. The only thing you can't do is press the PlayStation button. Like you can use it to its full extent, other than on a PlayStation 3, because it'll work for everything.
Right.
So the only thing that won't work is the touchpad, and there's no like the PlayStation button that's on the PS3 controller, like doesn't work on the PlayStation 4 for the PlayStation 3. So, because that's what Ducky uses.
Really?
Yeah, uses DualShock 4 on his PS3.
Oh, be damned.
Because he got like a super good deal on it. He spent like $30 and got a brand new PS4 controller. So, yeah,
I'm gonna have to try that out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's for like that's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be like totally weird for me to get a DualShock 4,
right?
Like to use on my PlayStation 3, because I will get a PS4 eventually.
Right.
It's just I'm just not gonna get one before I get an Xbox One.
Right.
And that's just the way it's gonna work.
Not unless they drop down further than.
Right. Yeah. If I found one for like $200 tomorrow, I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Like that, I'd have it. No question, because it's it's just too good of a deal.
Yeah, I mean they're at a good price now, but the Xbox One's now dropping to that same price point.
Yeah.
So you may as well.
Although I saw like at Walmart tonight, we were just there. Like the Titanfall bundle is still like $400 some. But I think it still has a Kinect in it.
Well, I'm not sure when the price drop's supposed to even occur.
Well, like I said, this one still had the Kinect, so it was
right.
like before the price drop and still with the Kinect. So it was like
Ugh.
yeah, like $450.
Fuck the Kinect.
Not gonna get that.
The Kinect
I
never.
wouldn't mind having the Titanfall bundle, but I don't want to Kinect.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason for Kinect. I was never liked the idea of the Kinect.
We bought a 360 Kinect because my wife really wanted to try it out, and there was some cool ideas with it, with like some of your fitness games or your dance games. Like if you were into that sort of thing, there was some really good ideas and like kids stuff, and that's great. And I even kind of like the Star Wars one. I played a little bit of it. It was kind of cool. Like some things worked pretty well. Because I played a little bit of that. And like there was a Dragon Ball Z game which I heard was horrible, but like something like that could have been really cool.
Right.
Like it didn't work, and that was the problem. Like so, yeah, that's really what killed like at least the 360 Kinect. I don't know about the Xbox One Kinect, but the 360 Kinect, it just didn't work. Like it was a failed piece of hardware. It just didn't work.
I was pissed at it that basically just killed an IP. Was Steel Battalion.
Oh yeah.
They basically just fucking killed that IP with that fucking bullshit Kinect. I mean, I've always wanted to try, the classic with the big fucking controller. I always wanted to try it.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive, but
too expensive of an investment.
Oh man, but I'd love to play a mech game like that.
That'd be cool.
Where you got buttons for everything else.
It'd be cool to try, but I don't think I could ever like totally get into it.
Because it was like a way more advanced version of Virtual On.
Too immersive, like too much.
You're just gonna get very friendly with that eject button, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nah, this didn't look like a good thing. Eject.
I was trying to think. Seemed like I got some other. I got a Tekken Tag tournament fighting games. Because I was gonna say, like, I think I had I added.
Don't you have Street Fighter Cross Tekken?
I have Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So good. So good. See, the coolest thing about that is we could play together.
Right.
Like, we could play on the same team.
Right.
And that's so cool. That's a good idea.
So
we could get used to each other's play style
right.
and, like, tag and tag out and stuff. Like, that is so cool.
That'd be interesting.
Cross Tekken is so much fun to watch people play, too. Because you can get 2-on-2 and, like, see, like, different strategies and stuff and how well people work together and how well that they're able to pick certain characters like that work well together.
Right. That'd be interesting. So we practically got 10 games so
I have
far?
so many fighting games, dude.
Yeah, I mean
so many. Between you and I and PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, holy crap, we have a lot of games.
I mean, technically we want to get into it too. I've even got, a Fight Night Round 3 on PS2, if you're into boxing any.
I'm not really, but that would be cool.
It was actually fun. I mean, at first it was cool that they have the joysticks as your punches. But it didn't feel right. It was kind of slow and sluggish. So me and my other buddy, we ended up just switching to button presses, and it was fun that way because everything was just like rapid punches. But
yeah.
I really wish that that it would have got better with the joystick. But otherwise, like I said, Guilty Gear, Tekken, shit. We got Fight Nights. They're coming.
We got a lot of stuff to play, and no one's gonna give a shit if we pop in Street Fighter 4 either. Something we've played before, or Guilty Gear X2 or whatever.
The amount of things we could actually do between Fight Nights, we could even do shooters. In some instances, especially we wouldn't even have to be together to do some of these.
No, yeah.
So we got some things coming. It's just gonna take some coordination on our part and some time.
Well, like with you, doing your shift change, we may not get every opportunity to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Every month or whatever.
I don't know how long it's gonna last. Oh well.
We live so close together. It's there's no reason that we can't do this, but it's also we can't promise that we will.
We're not gonna lie, we're lazy. Fuck it.
Oh, dude, it's so lazy. I have full disclosure on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just rather sit at home and play a video game than talk.
There are days I get up off the goddamn bed and I look outside and see sunlight and I see, I've assessed the situation and I have decided, fuck it, I'm going back to bed. Well, I think we're getting close to wrapping this episode up. We probably still had some things we could touch up on, but there's next time. Whenever that
We've
is.
talked about so many things, but from first-person shooters to fighting games to pizza.
Pizza.
I don't know where we could possibly end up that would be any more epic than those things that we just discussed. Pokemans.
Yeah, we did do Pokemans.
Which I'm going to trade some Pokemans here in a minute.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. Oh,
Geeking
Lord.
out.
Actually, we didn't even talk about, our experience at Dave & Buster's for your birthday.
Oh, yeah, we didn't. That was fun.
We could probably do that real quick if you want.
It was both good and, I won't say bad, because there was nothing bad about it, but limited.
Yeah, to some extent, disappointing just due to the selection, really.
And there's a great selection of your rail shooters,
right,
and a great selection of racing games, which are both good things.
Right.
Both good things. But then that was about it.
Yeah. Anything else was the Skinner box ticket machines.
Yeah. And I mean, and there was there's air hockey if you're into that. And I don't mind the occasional game air hockey, but, there's busy. Those tables are always busy.
I wish the 4-player one was open.
Yeah, well, yeah. And there's the 4-player Pac-Man, which is sweet.
That was fun.
It's fun. And especially when that little kid started playing, and he's just like talking shit, and we're like, "Nom!" Just take him out first. That was great. And I will fully admit that I liked playing the Guitar Hero arcade game. That was fun. And we had a good time with Daytona. That was fun. We played some Aliens. You and Zach played some Rambo. That was pretty cool. Played some Time Crisis 4. That was pretty cool. That was actually a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. It's not bad, but I still prefer 3.
Wasn't bad at all.
I still prefer 3. 3's the jam. That's where it's at.
I really only like playing light gun games in the arcade, though. Like I've never really got into like buying the guns and playing light gun games at home. I just don't.
The only time I had a gun game at home, with Duck Hunt.
Yeah. It's like I haven't like tried the Wii ones yet. Like I have a couple, but I haven't tried them yet. Like I have like Dead Space Extraction, and that'll probably be pretty good. But I just haven't tried it yet. Or like there's a couple of Resident Evil games, and like the House of the Dead games got ports to the Wii. But that makes sense. The Wii Remote is a light gun. Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. It is a light gun. So yeah, but I love playing light gun games in the arcade. Like that's where it's at.
Did get to introduce you to a new drink.
Oh God. I forgot about that till this very moment. I'm not a big drinker for the audience. I'm not a big drinker. But it's primarily because I don't like the taste of liquor. Like, I know that makes me sound like a chump, but it's like, give me a good beer and I'm fine. But I don't like a lot of liquor. I never have. But this fucker tells me about this weird ass drink, and it's not even like got like super hard liquor. The amaretto, which is not a hard liquor. It's a bona fide schnapps. It's like, I don't know how ounce-wise, it is, but it's like 2 parts beer, 1 part orange juice, and a shot of amaretto. And this is like the weirdest sounding drink in the world.
The lunchbox.
It does not sound good. Beer, orange juice, and amaretto. Yeah. Are you kidding me? That does not sound good. But you mix these things together, and you drink this, and it tastes exactly like a Capri Sun.
Capri Sun, baby. Little fruit pouch.
It is so weird.
It is amazing, and you will get screwed up on those if you drink too many and don't realize it.
Well, and then I think you made a very good selection of beer too.
Yes.
Blue Moon with orange is great.
Right.
Anyway, so Blue Moon with orange juice is automatically a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about like by itself just drinking orange juice in Blue Moon, but like the orange complements Blue Moon anyway. So perfect match of beer to juice. But then almond liqueur, which is what amaretto is. Really?
Yeah. It's amazing. It's delicious.
So
Love it.
weird.
Because I had 2 beers by that point, and then we were just like, let's do this shot. Chance was, no.
I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to.
The only reason this happened is because I talked his wife into it.
Yeah, the wife wanted to try it, so that's what I was like, fine.
So he had to man
whatever.
up. Had to man up.
And then I was like extremely pleased. It was.
But yeah.
I probably could have had another one, but I just didn't want to I didn't want to drink too much because I didn't want to get sick.
If you start getting those going down, it's bad news bears.
So that was kind of the experience, and I went to GameStop. I haven't even told you. I went to GameStop afterwards and bought a ton of stuff. And I had gotten your text about that bookstore.
Yeah.
You said there was a bunch of Minecraft stuff up there, and I went up there with having that in mind when I was going up there, but then I forgot to even look because we got sidetracked. As I was with my brother-in-law, and we found a big bin of vinyl, and I was just appalled at the prices on these things. We had reprints of the first 4 Led Zeppelin albums, and all of them were $40 a piece. And it's
wow.
And I was looking through their strategy guides there to see if they had a couple of the more recent Pokemon games, but they didn't have any.
Man, it was right there at the front of the store. It was as soon as you walked.
I saw it was to the left,
yeah,
or whatever, but I didn't
even
end up
stop.
going. I didn't even end up going looking at it because we went straight to the vinyl, and then we went to the strategy guides, and then we just committed to leaving because we weren't going to buy anything, and we were walking out, and I was like, oh. And then we just kept going. So
yeah, I mean, it was a lot of the little stuff usually you see, little Steve mask going on, or
I probably could afford to buy a few Minecraft things,
or the little diamond necklace, and you can get a little light up torch.
I'd like a little creeper to put on my desk or something.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
But what was actually interesting to me was that they actually had some books there. It's a little 4-pack of these small little manuals, and I guess some of them were all the crafting recipes and some of the other recipes, and then I guess maybe just some background or something. I don't know. They looked interesting though. I was kind of wanting to get them because they're leather bound books.
Interesting.
They looked awesome, but
it's amazing the simplicity of Minecraft, but the depths that it conquers.
Mm-hmm.
It is just it's such a mind-boggling, baffling kind of experience. Still.
And this is from the guy that said he would never touch it.
Oh my god. It's great. I should just get away from saying that I don't like things that I haven't tried, because it's this happened to me with Minecraft. This happened to me with Rune Factory, Hole Balls, Rune Factory. Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember the look he gave me when I suggested that he try the Harvest Moon games, and I handed him Rune Factory.
And I gave it back too. I had kept it in the collection for a while, thinking I might try it, and I just gave it back. I was like, "Fuck this thing! I don't want this." And then a little while later, I was like, "All right, let me try it," because some other people had said it too. Try it, just try it. All right. So I tried it. Holy shit! 40 some odd hours later, I'm like, wow.
Here's your crack cocaine.
That's a pretty good game. And I want so badly to beat it, to say that I've beaten it, because that's with the thing with the Rune Factory games, you can beat it.
Yeah.
You can win. Because there's a story. You're supposed to clear out all the monsters in all the caves and beat the final boss. There's a story. But it's every time I attempt it, I get so caught up in doing other things. Growing crops and selling crops and crafting things and
doing your Minecraft thing.
Yeah, it's oh my god, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then there's a game that came out not too long ago. God, we're trying to wrap this up. There's a game that came out not too long ago that reminds me a little bit of some of your Rune Factory type stuff mixed with your Animal Crossing type stuff. It's called Fantasy Life, and I want this game so bad because I think it's going to scratch that itch a lot in a lot of good ways. And I've heard people talking about this game, and it's a big hit. Like, people really like it. But I didn't grab it on the birthday tour. Spent too much money on Pokemans.
Too much money on Pokemon.
Spent too much. Fuck, dude. I bought Platinum
Yeah.
that day. And it's the same now as it was when it was brand new. It's the same price.
Yep.
So I got that, and I got White, which was like $35.
I was originally looking for Platinum for you too, but I didn't see it, and I seen X. I'm like, he probably wants this too.
Yep, I did. Good move. Good move, because both of them were, I was going home with both of them, whether you got me one or not. Like, that was a total surprise, total shock, and I can't thank you enough. But I had committed before, getting there. Like, I'm buying Platinum and X, or if they didn't have X, then Y. X was my first choice. Because ultimately, I don't think there's not a huge difference. Like, just the legendary and like a few other Pokemon that, one version or the other.
See, my thing was freaking out was like, how am I gonna get this? And before he buys it, I'm like, well, I'm gonna get there fucking first. That's how.
Well, and you succeeded. Like, you called me at like, I don't even know what time it was, like 2:00, and we were still like on the road. And you're like, oh, well, we're here. I'm like, holy crap, dude. You were so early. I didn't even know you knew how to wake up at this time of day.
It wasn't really that easy, let me tell you.
I didn't even know you knew what daylight was.
It's some bullshit, let me tell you. I knew what it was today. Oh, man. But
Let's wrap it up.
All right, y'all. We're pretty much done here. He's about to pass out. He's still got Pokemans to trade.
I got things to do.
He got shit to do. He can't be messing around with this anymore. Anyways, this is your boy Korrupt10n.
And I am Doom Huevos.
And we're out. Take care.
Bye.